Hi there, I'm Kyle, and welcome to Bedtime Verses with Kyle. Just a little poetry to help you get ready for bed. If you want to see the full videos, you can head over to my YouTube at The Kyle Derrick. Okay, today we're continuing with Edmund Spenser, From the Bower of Bliss to the Garden of Adonis, so I think we're in for some more debauchery here. Let's have a read. The Garden of Adonis. In that same garden, all the goodly flowers, wherewith Dame Nature doth her beautify, and decks the garlands of her paramours, are fetched. There is the first seminary of all things that are born to live and die, according to their kinds. Long work it were here to account the endless progeny of all the weeds that bud and blossom there, but so much as doth need must needs be counted here. And remember, these used to rhyme back in the day. We've moved quite a way since then. Its sited was in fruitful soil of old, and girt in with two walls on either side, the one of iron, the other of bright gold, that none might thorough break nor overstride. And double gates it had, which opened wide, by which both in and out men moten pass, the one fair and fresh, the other old and dried. Old Genius the porter of them was, old Genius the which a double nature has. He letteth in, he letteth out to wend, all that to come into the world desire. 1,000,000 naked babes attend about him day and night, which do require that he with fleshly weeds would them attire, such as him list, such as eternal fate ordained hath. He clothes with sinful mire, and sendeth forth to live in mortal state, till they again return back by the hinder gate. After that they again returned been, they in that garden planted be again, and grow afresh as they had never seen fleshly corruption nor mortal pain. Some 1,000 years so doen they there remain, and then of him are clad with other hue, or sent into the changeful world again, till thither they return, where first they grew. So like a wheel around they run from old to new. Nay, needs their gardener to set or sow, to plant or prune, for of their own accord all things as they created were do grow, and yet remember well the mighty word, which first was spoken by the Almighty Lord, that bade them to increase and multiply. Nay, do they need with water of the ford, or of the clouds to moisten their roots dry, for in themselves eternal moisture they imply. Infinite shapes of creatures there are bred, and uncouth forms which none yet ever knew, and every sort is in a sundry bed, set by itself, and ranked in comely rue. Some fit for reasonable souls to endue, some made for beasts, some made for birds to wear, and all the fruitful spawn of fishes' hue, and endless ranks along in ranged were, that seemed the ocean could not contain them there. Daily they grow, and daily forth are sent into the world it to replenish more. Yet is the stock not lessened nor spent, but still remains in everlasting store, as it at first created was of yore. For in the wide womb of the world there lies, in hateful darkness and in deep horror, a huge eternal chaos which supplies the substances of nature's fruitful progenies. All things from thence do their first being fetch, and borrow matter whereof they are made, which when as form and feature it does catch, becomes a body, and doth then invade the state of life out of the grisly shade. That substance is etern, and bideth so. Nay, when the life decays, and form does fade, doth it consume, and into nothing go, but changed is, and often altered to and fro. The substance is not changed, nor altered, but only form and outward fashion, for every substance is conditioned to change her hue, and sundry forms to don, meet for her temper and complexion, for forms are variable and decay, by course of kind, and by occasion, and that fair flower of beauty fades away, as doth the lily fresh before the sunny day. Great enemy to it and all the rest, that in the garden of Adonis springs, is wicked Time, who with his scythe addressed does mow the flowering herbs and goodly things, and all their glory to the ground down flings, where they do wither and are foully marred. He flies about, and with his flaggy wings beats down both leaves and buds without regard, nay, ever pity may relent his malice hard. Yet pity often did the gods relent, to see so fair things marred and spoiled quite, and their great mother Venus did lament the loss of her dear brood, her dear delight. Her heart was pierced with pity at the sight, when walking through the garden them she spied. Yet not she find redress for such despite, for all that lives is subject to that law. All things decay in time, and to their end do draw. But were it not that time their troubler is, all that in this delightful garden grows should happy be, and have immortal bliss, for here all plenty and all pleasure flows, and sweet love gentle fits amongst them throws, without foul rancour or fond jealousy. Frankly each paramour his leman knows, each bird his mate, nay any does envy, the goodly merriment and gay felicity. There is continual spring and harvest there, continual, both meeting at one time. For both the boughs do laughing blossoms bear, and with fresh colours deck the wanton prime, and eke at once the heavy trees they climb, which seem to labour under their fruit's load, the whiles the joyous birds make their pastime, amongst the shady leaves their sweet abode, and their true loves without suspicion tell abroad. Ah, yes, time. Kind of ruins everything, after a certain amount of it. Entropy, what can you do? Thanks again for joining me for Bedtime Verses with Kyle. You can follow me here, subscribe to my You can follow me here, subscribe to my website and my YouTube, and there'll be new readings every weekday night at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Good night, sleep tight.